The first word in our second or third unit, is the word diversion. So that is a noun, so it is a thing, or you could use it as a verb, so an action, so it means to divert. So what you'll probably see in the definition is that it's oftentimes used closely like deflect. Okay? They do mean very similar things. So they are oftentimes used in different circumstances, though. And so let's talk about what that might be. So let's take a look at the two definitions of diversion. So the first definition is a change in the direction or use of something or the act of changing it. So that is where you see, the concept of a deflection, right? If you are creating a diversion, that means that you are changing someone's attention to something, or a diversion might be like actually making you go in a different direction, right? So an example of that would be, let me see. The rocks in the river created a diversion for the water that made it flow in two different directions. So there is a literal meaning of the word diversion, meaning like it is literally changing the direction of something or the act of changing it. Now, the other definition of diversion, an enjoyable activity that you do to stop yourself from becoming bored, right? So, an example of the purple one there, of that purple definition, would be the fidget allowed for a non-distracting diversion during Ms. Haynes' boring lecture. So, what the purple one is saying there is that the enjoyable activity of playing with the fidget, that's creating a diversion, right? Or the thing that is allowing you to not be bored, that is a diversion. So it's not necessarily just changing the direction. A diversion is also kind of like a welcomed distraction. And that last definition listed there, says something that stops you from paying attention to what you are doing or what is happening. So in that case, you could also say, Ms. Hain didn't appreciate when the fidgets became a diversion away from learning. So there are a couple different ways to use diversion or divert. So you could also say that the fidgets diverted the students' attention, the rocks diverted the water. Ms. Hain didn't appreciate that the attention of her students was diverted from what they were learning to the fidgets. So I know that this seems like this is a longer video than usual, but diversion is both a positive and a negative thing, or a neutral thing, depending on depending on the action that's being done or the activity that they are engaging in, the diversion itself.